The haunted tree. Mark turned the corner and stared at the empty bus stop. He swallowed hard and his hand started to shake. Being the first one there wouldn't be a problem if the old oak tree that marked the bus stop wasn't haunted. "Where is everyone?" Mark whispered. The sun wasn't quite up yet, and the darkness was making the oak tree look scarier than usual. The tree was the gathering place for the bus stop. All the kids stood by it and talked while they waited for Mr. Myers to drive up and take them to school. When other kids were around, the bus stop wasn't so scary, but Mark was alone, and it was dark. The oak tree's branches swayed in the breeze, and Mark heard the strange ooh that sometimes came from the center of the tree. Mark hurried to the other side of the street, trying to stay as far away from the tree as possible. He didn't take his eyes off the tree. The bare branches looked like they were reaching out to grab him. He heard the ooh again. "I'm not afraid of you," Mark called in a shaky voice. "Who are you talking to?" Will asked, walking up behind Mark. Mark jumped. He turned to face Will and relaxed a little now that he wasn't alone with the tree. Will stared at him, waiting for an answer. "I thought I heard something," Mark shrugged and crossed the street, heading for the bus stop. Will followed. "Maybe you heard the ghost in the tree," Will said. "Ooh, ooh." Mark and Will jumped. Something moved across the hollowed out spot in the tree. "There's something in the tree," Mark said. He stood on tiptoes and peeked inside. "It's an owl." "An owl? That's what's making that strange noise?" Will asked. "Maybe it's hurt," Mark said. "Let's tell Mrs. Abrams about it when we get to school. She knows a lot about nocturnal animals." "I guess there's nothing to be scared of now," Will said. "I'm still pretty scared of the math tests we have today," Mark said. Number 1. Describe the setting of the story. Tell where and when the story takes place. 2. What did Will think of the oak tree? 3. Who was Mr. Myers? Their teacher, Mark's mother, the bus driver, the name of the ghost in the tree. 4. List the correct order of these events. Write 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 on the lines. Mark stood on his tiptoes and peeked inside the tree. Mark was the first one to arrive at the bus stop. Mark saw an owl in the tree. Mark walked to the other side of the street because he was afraid. Will arrived and both boys heard a ghost sound in the tree. Number 5, at the end of the story, what was Mark afraid of? For each sentence, look up the definition of each underlined word in the dictionary. Write each definition. Number 1, the oak tree's branches swayed in the breeze. What does the word sway mean? Number 2, Mrs. Abrams knows a lot about nocturnal animals. What does nocturnal mean? 3, something moved across the hollowed out spot in the tree. What does hollow mean? 4, Mark shrugged and crossed the street. What does it mean to shrug?